I've got an idea for you. Came up with this one on my own. I'm sure someone else has done it before, but I've got these 98-cent yardsticks. You can get them at Home Depot, Lowe's, or a lot of different stores. They're a little harder to get now because they're making them out of aluminum. You'll need a wooden one. And this is going to be called a hanging yardstick puzzle. So what I'm going to do is cut puzzle parts out of this entire length. And I've done one of these before for my 7-year-old granddaughter, and she put it together like lickety-split, much faster than it took me to make it. And I put a number in every piece to make it easy for her. I'm going to make this one a little bit harder. This one, the parts are going to be really small, and I'm not going to put numbers in every piece, so that'll make it more challenging. And if you do decide to give this to a family where there's younger children, on the flip side of the yardstick, I'm going to be gluing down just some pictures I cut out of National Geographic. And when I glue them on this side, if the other side is too challenging, they can flip it over and they can put the pictures together. It'll be a lot easier. So let's go ahead and start with this. My first part is just gluing these pictures down. I've glued the pictures on the back side of this yardstick. I flipped it over, and I'm using a single-sided razor blade. I had a wallpaper guy once tell me that when you're cutting wallpaper, and probably this paper, you use a brand new blade and only cut once with it, and then you won't get the snags and tears. So this is the first time this blade's passed through. I'm holding the blade vertical against this and just dragging it through here. There we can see the puzzle from the back side. This is going to be the easier side. Now there's another way that you can cut paper along an edge, and I might even use that a little bit now because I feel a little bit of the paper scuffing up. So you can see what I have here, a Lowe's paint mixing stick, and I've glued some sandpaper to it. And watch how I use this as a tool. I'm not going vertically, I'm beveling it a little bit at an angle. But I'm just dragging this along, and this is the edge of the paper that might catch someone's fingernail and peel up. So we'll just bevel this away and take care of that edge once and for all. Okay, our next thing to do is on this side, I'm going to put blue tape down, and I'll show you why in a moment. You can see that I put blue tape over the yardstick, and that's really just to be able to draw patterns to follow. Now, if you've ever looked closely at a jigsaw puzzle, you want it to be interlocking to the piece next to it, and the piece kind of bulges here at the end like a light bulb, and it grabs onto the other piece. So you can see here I put one bulging piece here, and I start in the middle, and that's going to be my first cut because my scroll saw only has a 20-inch reach, and this is going to be, 18 to the center. So I'm getting pretty close. I'll just chop up one part and another. So I can just go through here now, and I don't have to do anything too fancy. As long as I have that piece like that, I'm good, and I can make it in any variety of ways, as long as I bulge it out and bring it back in. And I'll just bring those all the way across so they're interlocking each other, and that's what I'll be using to cut as a pattern. They're all a little bit different, so it makes the puzzle rather challenging. Well, I finally finished taking off the masking tape from the back of these pieces, and I found I had to go around each of these pieces with either a little file or rub the edge with a little bit of sandpaper to knock the fur that was created by the saw cut. I don't think I'm going to do this again, unless maybe one of you have an idea where when I cut through the paper it doesn't just turn into like a cottony fuzz at the edge. Now, I am happy with the quality of wood you get from one of these cheap yardsticks. It looks really strong, no cracks, it isn't going to come apart. So I think that part is real good. Here it is, fully assembled. It took my wife 3 minutes and 20 seconds to do this, and she used the side with the numbers, and you can see it has a lot of flexibility, almost looks like a snake. And I might be able to lift it up if I go very slowly like this. And this is pretty tricky, but if I can pull it off, it'll be kind of awesome. You can see there's the hanging puzzle, and I'm going to pull it tight on this end and see if I can lay it down. There you go. And here's the other side of the puzzle with a little bit of picture on it. So there we go. Try it and see what you think. If you have any better ideas, let me know. Thanks for watching.